Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. Okay, so I want to do a quick video here. I'm actually redoing this particular video because I realized while I was recording the video, I have a little lipstick on my teeth and I was not too happy about that. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do another take on this video. So I had to make sure everything was cleared and good to go before I recorded this one. So here I am. So this particular video, I want to focus on the different words, phrases, and names that I've noticed over the past week. I've been keeping tabs on it. Some of it seems to be repetitive for some reason or another. And yeah, again, if you happen to hear any of the words, phrases, or names that I'm mentioning in this video, and you too have been noticing it in some form or another, then that just means that this video is for you as well. So without further ado, we're gonna just go ahead and jump right in. So some of the words, phrases, names, and I guess you could say attire that I've noticed quite heavily throughout the week or so will be as follows. So I would say images of lions everywhere, whether it was in photos, online, in person, whatever the case may be. Any type of imagery of lions, if you've been noticing it quite heavily, this is for you. The word jackpot. I was going to say the word, but actually the image of a bee or bees, B-E-E-S, plural. The word maverick, again. The name Donald, again. The phrase switched at birth. That's nothing to joke about, but if you also have been seeing or hearing this word, well, this phrase quite heavily, then this is for you, okay? The phrase double or nothing. Something about safe delivery. I don't know what could be the meaning behind this. I think it's more so in regards to support to maybe the US flag or maybe to a certain political figure. Not quite sure, don't want to jump to conclusions, but I've been noticing quite heavily certain individuals wearing red, white, and blue in the same format as some of our political figures. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. So I've noticed this quite heavily, not only online on various platforms, but when I say various platforms, I meant like YouTube. I've also noticed it under my LinkedIn account, which is a professional networking website for those who do not know, where I would maybe be looking at an ad or maybe looking at someone that I'm connected to or linked to professionally who happens to have somewhere in their profile photo, it may show them wearing red, white, and blue. And what I mean by that is like a red tie, white button-up top, and blue. Blue as far as their jacket as well as their slacks, which this all correlates with the actual colors that are on the US flag. The only time I've ever seen this done where a political figure has worn those colors and worn them pretty consistently when out on the campaign trails, things of that nature, was when our previous president, Donald John Trump, would be wearing those colors. So I don't know what could be the reason behind it, where now other individuals are doing the same approach, wearing the same color combinations in the same exact format as he would do when he's wearing his attire. It just leads me to believe that maybe it could be in support of the US flag, or maybe more so in support as far as their allegiance to supporting him as the next presidential candidate. Who's to say? And if it is, I mean, by all means, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. You know, I honestly think it's a pretty clever thing, actually, if that's their way of kind of like showing their allegiance to siding with him when it's coming to this upcoming election. So, if in fact that's the reason why, then kudos to them. But that is something I have noticed quite heavily for some time, actually for the past several weeks to be exact. But it was one of those things I haven't spoke on it until I kept noticing started to pick up quite heavily, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've seen this individual wearing the same color combination in terms of red, white, and blue when it came to their corporate attire. I'm seeing this other individual doing the same exact thing. And that's when I start to piece it together and say, oh, there has to be some subliminal reasoning why they're choosing to do that, which I think is just to be more in support of not only the US being the USA, but also in support of their allegiance to him, Donald John Trump Sr. To take it a step further, also, I've been noticing the words, phrases, and such as Hollywood, elites, something quite heavily in regards to secret parties. I think this is more so aligned with the whole notion with the elites side of the spectrum. No judgment there. You know, at the end of the day, if someone wants to partake in those festivities or not, they're going to do it regardless of whoever likes it or not. I personally don't judge. If one chooses to do so, that's only for them to worry about, and it's not for me to worry about at all. But I have to say this. One particular phrase I kept seeing heavily, and I need to say this because this may need to be something that someone else needs to pick up on. If you are to choose to partake in these festivities, right, with the Hollywood elites, things like that, and these secret parties that they have, which a lot of us do know about. Sounds like it's pretty intriguing stuff, but we don't know what happens behind the scenes. But just know, if you do decide to take on any of this, just be careful with what you wish for. Moving right along. I kept seeing something along the lines about the corrupt corporation was involved with surveillancing you. If you also are seeing anything along the lines of what I just said about being surveillance in some form or another from a corrupt corporation, or maybe you're seeing anything along the lines of a past mayor having something to do with the surveillance that took place in regards to yourself, this is for you. Moving right along here. Also, just know that you are where you are meant to be. I've seen something else quite heavily. I'm not sure where this may be, but apparently there's some type of food stamp scam that's been going on for some time. I have a feeling that it's on more of a national scale. I don't think it's just in one state. I think it's in several states. But little do these people realize is that the alphabet boys have been keeping their eyes on it for quite some time, so they are aware of who all is involved. Not sure if they made any bust yet, but chances are they're going to be doing so pretty soon. Also, if you have in any way, shape, form, or fashion been seeing images of cats and babies, or hearing anything about babies, or whether it's even spirit babies, or if you've been having dreams about you and a particular someone having a baby, especially in this lifetime, whether it's a girl or even a boy that you're supposed to be birthing. And if it has any strong significance in regards to the type of impact it's going to have on this world going forward, this is for you. Yep, that's for you. So, for some reason, I don't know why, but I kept hearing this song called Fame. A lot of us who are, I guess you could say, maybe Gen X, millennials, I think Gen Z may know a little bit about it. It's more of an oldie but goodie, if you will, as I like to call it. So Fame, it's a song by Irene Cara, C-A-R-A. It's an older song, but when you hear it, chances are you may have recognized it from some video online. You may have recognized it from hearing it on the radio at some point, but it's a good song. But for some reason, I kept seeing that quite heavily. I don't know what to make of all of this from a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing. I'm telling you guys, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I just feel that if you too are encountering this, where you've seen these certain phrases, hearing these certain songs and so forth, any and everything that I've pretty much shared in these videos with you guys when doing this recap of what I've been keeping notes on, if you are encountering any of this as well, this is also for you as well. Especially with the whole notion about going viral. I'm not sure why that keeps popping up. I don't know. That's why I always like to say, whenever I'm going over this detail with you, it's like I know, but I don't know. You know what that feeling is like when you say, oh yeah, I know, but it's like you really don't know. And that's why I always like to end the videos, or as I'm going through these details with you guys, I always like to tell you, hey, if any of this sounds familiar to you, then this is for you also. Because there's a reason why a lot of this keeps popping up. And so much else I want to share with you guys that I've seen and witnessed over time, but I think it's more so aligned with myself, and I can't go into those details. It's just one of those things that you would just see it as time progresses onward. But some of this information I share with you guys, I don't mind sharing, even though I see it quite heavily. But I just have this feeling, it's not just for me, but I have feelings for someone out there too, which is why I share it with you guys in these videos. Also, I cannot forget anything and everything with the signs and synchronicities, the angel numbers as well. So some of the angel numbers I've been seeing quite heavily, just to name at least 3. I won't give out the other ones because the angel numbers are distinctly set up in a way for your eyes and your eyes only. You know, it's great to share details on what we think about the numbers, but when it comes to giving the full scope of what numbers you're seeing in your day-to-day, that's not really being, I wouldn't say it's not being smart, but that's not the intention. It's not meant for you to share every single detail of whatever's being shown to you in your day-to-day. It is meant for you to witness, to see for yourself, and apply whatever you need to accordingly to address it. That's the purpose of the whole thing with signs, synchronicities, things like that, when it's dealing with you as the individual. So, as far as the numbers go, some of the ones I've seen quite heavily, especially over in the past week, would be like 33, 369. I've lost count the number of times I've seen 369 out of my day, several times throughout the day, every day. And another general one I could share with you that I've seen quite heavily. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all I'm going to share in terms of those numbers. Other than that, the others is just for my knowledge in regards to my journey, and it's going to just remain as just that. But you guys get the gist of it. You, in regards to your path, you have your own set of numbers that are being revealed to you daily, and you're not expected to share that with everyone or anyone for that matter. It's really meant for you, between you and the spiritual realm, to have that level of interaction, just so you know how to move forward in this thing called life. And it's just that simple. That is all for today's quick video. I was looking at my notes here just to see if there's anything else I might have missed. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I definitely want to welcome the newcomers to my channels. I'm seeing you guys trickle in on my various pages, so I definitely want to acknowledge you and say hello, and just know that I truly appreciate you. I want you to know the consultations are still open as well. So by all means, if you are interested, just check my calendar to see what days and times are available. And just plan from there. If you have any issues with scheduling, I've had a couple instances where people would contact me. You can do so through instant messaging or email. And they would just let me know if they're having issue with scheduling. I'm able to do the scheduling on my side, so I can always set it up depending on what's available. And yeah, you know, we could definitely set up a date and time that works best for us both at that point if you have any issues with doing it on your own from your device there. I do want to point out also that for those who are not aware, I am actually in the space when it comes to keynote speaking as well as motivational speaking. So if your organization that you are aligned with happens to have an event that's coming up and you would like for me to come and partake in that experience with you, have someone who is the head of your organization to reach out to me, where we can then set up the appropriate details from there and move forward accordingly. But yeah, other than that, I'm definitely seeing you guys off with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed, you guys.